Why some airlines choose certain planes comes down to many different reasons. Some airlines go for high-capacity planes like the A380 or 777, while others go for planes like the A220 or E175. Let's take a dive into this topic and talk about many different airlines and planes on the way. Before we get into this topic, though, I just want to ask if you guys would please subscribe and like this video. It really helps out the channel, and can't thank you guys enough for doing that. Anyway, let's jump right in. Airlines have many different reasons to choose a certain plane type, and we're going to go through 4 of them, starting with demand. Why airlines fly which plane where is mostly demand. Big planes fly to big places, small planes fly to small places. Thank you, Wonder Production, for that quote. That's one reason why some airlines choose certain planes, but this is mainly for routes. Some airlines like Ryanair or Allegiant use 1 to 2 mid-size, narrow-body aircraft types and are able to fly on routes with lower demand but still profit, whereas airlines like Lufthansa or ANA use multiple aircraft types and can fly routes with relatively low or very high demand. Demand for a certain route causes airlines to choose whether to fly a few large planes like the A380 or 747, or multiple smaller planes on routes such as 777s, 787s, A350s, etc. Airlines may have limitations at an airport or on a route, and the demand on a certain route makes them have to choose aircraft of a certain type. Next up on our list is hubs, which can greatly influence many different things for an airline. British Airways and Emirates are 2 examples of single hub airlines. Now, I will say British has other hubs, but we'll just be focusing on one of them. Both of these airlines operate out of one major hub with a hub-and-spoke route network. These 2 operate the A380, the largest plane in the world by passenger capacity, and have orders for the 777X, and it makes sense. Let's go to the UK and look at the first airline, British Airways. For BA, just over 50% of their passengers move through one airport, London Heathrow. Heathrow is one of the most packed airports in the world, with the non-existent remaining slot times being pricey, to say the least. British Airways alone has 52% of these slots, and they don't want to waste them, especially for international flights. On international routes, British Airways has operated 747s, A380s, A350s, 777s, 787s, 767s, the Concorde, and even tri-jets like the DC-10. They have a good amount of slots, but the demand for those international routes that they run is high, usually more than what 2 smaller wide-bodies could handle. So, instead of taking up 2 or more slots with smaller wide-bodies, British uses and has used planes like the A380 or 747 to clear demand on these high-demand international routes. They take up the same gates as other planes, but are able to carry more passengers, making a very easy and clear-cut solution to that problem. Going to Dubai and the UAE, the same can be said for Emirates. Over 80% of their slots are taken up, and the airport is almost full. Now, Emirates is a little bit different, as their airline consists of only the A380, A350, and 777. This is in an effort to simplify their fleet and reduce operational costs, while still being able to carry large amounts of passengers on each plane in and out of Dubai. But they still go through the same problem. Their main hub is almost full, and the international routes they run are in high demand, meaning that they have to use large aircraft to clear that demand. To contrast these 2 airlines, we will now go to the USA and look at a handful of different airlines. Delta, American, and United are the 3 we'll be looking at now. These 3 airlines have the most amount of aircraft compared to any other airline, but none of them have ordered or operated the A380 or 777X. Even though all 3 of these airlines have hub-and-spoke networks, they have a big difference. They all have a handful of different hub airports. In this case, United has 7 U.S. hubs, Delta has 9, and American has 10. These airlines funnel most, if not all, of their passengers through at least one of these hubs, which makes sure that only a certain percentage of their passengers will be at one airport. Compared to an airport like Heathrow with around 50% of BA passengers going through it, these multiple hubs lead to less passengers going through one airport, meaning these airlines don't need as large of planes. For example, only 7% of American Airlines passengers move through New York JFK Airport. As well as this, most of the hub airports in America usually have more than enough runways, gates, and slots for hundreds of airplanes every day. The airport capacity is more than large enough for airlines to fly multiple smaller planes on certain routes rather than fewer larger planes on the same routes. Another reason is simplicity, which makes some airlines able to run much more smoothly than others. As an example, for many years, Southwest has operated only the 737 family. This fleet simplicity makes it easy to train or hire pilots, easy to maintain, and makes operations more efficient. This cuts down on costs and is one reason why Southwest is able to provide low fares on flights and still make millions every year. Many other airlines have tried to make their fleets as simple as possible, and there are many benefits. With an airline like Southwest using only narrow bodies, they are able to quickly turn around planes while also spending less buying more narrow bodies and maintaining own planes compared to wide bodies. And finally, for our fourth reason, we have airline or airport location. Weather, airport size / infrastructure, and other things may influence what planes airlines may buy. Going back to the Persian Gulf, we're going to take a look at a few new airlines. Qatar, Emirates, and Etihad, 3 Persian Gulf carriers, have persuaded Airbus and Boeing to upgrade some of their aircraft to benefit these Gulf airlines. In the Persian Gulf, the air is less dense, which causes the planes to need more speed to generate more lift. Emirates actually persuaded Boeing to oversize the 777X's engines and wings to perform better in the Gulf climate. This made the plane bigger than necessary for most airlines, which is one of the reasons why the A380 failed, but made it perfect for the Gulf airlines. These 3 airlines combined make up just under 65% of all 777X sales, with Emirates and Qatar purchasing 394 aircraft and Etihad purchasing 10. These are just a couple of the reasons why airlines may choose certain aircraft types over other types. If you guys have any suggestions for other videos I should make, leave them in my comments below. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.